What's going on, guys? Lewis here, and welcome back to another video featuring the all-new Audi Q3. Hopefully you've seen my last video when I was taking a walk around the car, had a look at the outside, inside, name a few things that I didn't like, and I also did mention that we would be cracking on with a driving video, and today that's what we're going to do. So yeah, don't forget to like the video, in the comments below, anything you want to see or anything you think on this video, any questions at all, then do so. So yeah, the car's waiting for us, so let's unlock it and let's get in and have a drive. So in the Q3 now, we're greeted here, reminding you that you're in the prestigious Audi brand. As you see, this car's only got 511 miles on it. But to be fair, for the time I've had it, just over a week, it's quite a bit of mileage. But yeah, greeted by this steering wheel also. Audi sort of new design, square rather than the round that they used to have in the steering wheels. And you've got your buttons here to control the virtual cockpit, which everybody loves. So yeah, let's go and start her up. Alright, so when the engine's on now, you're greeted by this display of the car. You've got a little picture of a Q3 there with your temperature. I did drive over to this location, so the temperature of the engine's already on its way up. And also you've got your fuel consumption, which we will touch on when I start driving this video, because I was quite shocked with how, let's say, inefficient it is. You've got your media, phone, and your satellite navigation, is which I drive on most of the time, with sort of a perspective view of the road. And then on the left here is where I sort of connect my Apple CarPlay, but for the purpose of the video I think we'll just leave it on navigation. So yeah, let's get the car on the move. Seatbelt, let's not forget that before the car starts shouting at me. There you go, seatbelt sign off. So we'll now put the car into drive, flick the handbrake down, and off we go. So, driving the Q3 now, and first thing you do notice is how comfortable this car is. Coming from the A3, A1 and TT, this is the most comfortable Audi I have owned, probably because of it's a Q really, rather than an A. So the Q models are sort of the 4x4 range of the Audi brand, and it's definitely reflected in this car. Very comfortable, and with the ride height as well, it's nothing like I've sort of experienced before. That you can be sitting upright, a good view of the road all round, and yeah, you feel like you're in sort of a big expensive car. I mean, arguably you are. So yeah, ride height, comfortable car as well. So yeah, all good on that side of things. Into the driving dynamics, I mean, steering is very good. It surprised me. Better than the A3 actually. I know that may sound weird, but until you get in one and try one, it's very capable around corners, even when it is being pushed. And this isn't even the Quattro version, this is just a front wheel drive version, and it still performs beyond what I expected really. Engine wise, and performance wise, I don't think this 1.5 150 PS engine is the right engine for this car. I mean, it makes a horrible noise when you put your foot down, like it's straining. I'm not going to demonstrate now, but also it just doesn't cope with the weight of the car. I mean, the Q3 is quite a big car, and it just feels very lackluster, especially when pulling out of roundabouts. The combination of the gearbox with the engine just doesn't work well. So I'll be intrigued to maybe drive a 2-litre diesel, 190 PS. I think that would be perfect for this car. I mean, I think if this car was a 2-litre diesel, 190 PS, as I said, S-Line, I think it'd be like a cracking car, and nothing in this class could beat it, to be honest. But this engine's just not the best. I mean, for around town driving maybe, you can get away with it, but the sort of driving I do, I mean, dual carriageways and yeah, to dual carriageways, some around town, motorways. It's just not the best for it, really. Onto what I'm seeing now. So you know I'm a big fan of the Audi virtual cockpit. As I said earlier, I'm driving at the moment with the maps up, and then I'd have sort of my Apple CarPlay when my phone's plugged in, but we don't want to have this video taken down for copyright, do we? So no music playing at the moment. That's how I'd usually drive. I mean, it's got everything I need, all the data I need, and it will show you your fuel consumption and whatnot. Onto the topic of fuel consumption, this car is not good on fuel. I'll say that now. As I said, 2-litre diesel, way forward with this car, because at the moment I'm just driving, not even in traffic, and I'm only getting 30 to the gallon out of a car like this. I mean, this same engine in the A3, at the moment you'd be on just under 40 to the gallon with the type of driving I'm doing. And even on motorways, it struggles to get over 40. Maybe because of the weight of the car and the engine again. So yeah, it's not the best on fuel. And it's probably about £70 to fill up. I had 50 miles in the tank left the other day, and to get to a full tank, just an SO garage, regular unleaded fuel, £70 to fill to the top. And I think it went to about 450 miles. And to be honest, it stayed on 450 miles until I was about 50 miles in since I filled up, and that's when it started decreasing. Onto build quality, the steering wheel feels very solid, along with everything else in the car. I mean, the touchscreen is a joy to use, even whilst driving. When I first got into this new Audi MMI system, I thought it wasn't going to work. It took your eyes off the road and it was sort of hard to use, but really, a couple hours driving this car and you're used to it straight away. I mean, the display could maybe be a bit higher because it does take your eyes off the road when sort of inputting destinations and stuff, but typically I just pull over and enter the destination or get the passenger to do it. Works a lot better that way, because it can become quite frustrating to use. Onto the sort of safety systems on the car, you've got your lane assist. So when you're going over 40 miles an hour, that will kick in. The lane assist icon, which is underneath the speedo, will go to green, and that means the lane assist is active. And say for instance you wasn't concentrating, or you fell asleep behind the wheel, and you started swerving out of the lane, the steering wheel will vibrate, and also it will sort of keep you in the lane for a certain amount of time. It will warn you saying put your hands on the steering wheel, but it can keep you in the lane and stop you from going off course. Also, another safety feature this car has is Audi Presense, which I actually have encountered once when I had the Audi A1. So I wasn't concentrating, I was looking out the window, the car in front of me suddenly broke, and then the car actually started to brake for me and beeped to let me know that you're about to crash your car, basically. And it worked, and it probably saved me from an accident and maybe my life. So well done Audi for that. And finally we would go on to the Audi sort of blind spot assist. I'd say it's working really well for me. I didn't think it was an option that you'd necessarily need, but after having it, I mean, I think I'd have it on all cars going forward now. So how it works essentially is when you are sort of say driving down, let's say, a dual carriageway, or even on just sort of around town where there's two lanes where there's cars coming up alongside you in the same direction, a little sort of light will just come up on the side of the wing mirrors just to let you know that there's somebody there, and when you do indicate, it starts flashing to let you know if you do go into this lane, you will be crashing. It really helps with the blind spot, stops you from looking over your shoulder. I mean, obviously still look, never rely on assistance systems 100%, but yeah, it's just that extra reassurance and keeps you safe. The car is quite spacious inside as well. As you can see, I've got lots of headroom, and I'm not even on the lowest setting. As I said, I like driving this car sort of a bit higher than I usually would, because I would normally sit in the lowest position that the car has to offer. But with this, enjoy the ride height and being sort of slightly above everyone else, really. The car does get, I say it does get quite a few looks. I mean, I don't know if that's because it's on the 19 plate, and also because nobody's really seen a Q3 before. I mean, personally, I've only seen one on the road, other than the one I'm driving. and I did have a look at it, obviously, because it's a new model. It does get quite a bit of attention. I mean, even more so in the S-Line model, but this entry-level sport, it's a nice car. I mean, nice isn't the best way to describe, or for me to explain to you how the car feels, but really there's not really anything else I'd use to describe the car. It's just a nice drive. Exactly that, it's a nice drive. I mean, interpret that how you want. I mean, it's comfortable, does everything you need it to do, good all-rounder, from somebody who's in the car by themselves all the time, or somebody who carries passengers regularly. It just does all of that with ease, and that's what you want in a car at the end of the day. It's not too pricey to say it's a prestigious brand SUV, but obviously you can make it pricey once you get into sort of the bigger petrol and diesel engines, sort of like the 2-litre petrols with the Quattro system. Then it can sort of start getting a bit pricey. I would recommend this car, 100%. Definitely would recommend it over any competitors. I mean, in regards to competitors, you've only really got maybe, so BMW, I'm looking at maybe the X1. I mean, this beats X1 in every way possible. I think after driving the X1 as well, I can confidently say that. Mercedes, I'm not really too sure what they have to offer in this range. I mean, you've got the GLA, which is probably a bit smaller than this. Then you've got the GLC, which is a bit bigger than this. So yeah, if you're looking at a car at this sort of type, then yeah, Q3 is really the only one out there. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend this car, but as I said again, in the 2-litre diesel, and in the S-Line. So that's been my view on the new Q3 from Audi. I hope I explained sort of everything that you was after. I mean, it's just really sort of a first impression of driving the car and what it's like to drive. Anybody looking to buy one, nothing into too much technical data or anything like that. Just giving you a real person's view on a real car, nothing on paper, nothing like that. So hopefully I've helped you people who are considering buying one or having a look around, a shop around. I mean, that was the aim of this video, really. Hope it's been entertaining as possible. I understand this is sort of all new to me, this vlogging side of things, so my personality will come out, so just subscribe and bear with me. And through more videos I upload, the more regular my content gets, then hopefully the better and better quality it is. I mean, if you want to see anything else on this car, just let me know in the comments. I do respond to my comments, literally all of them. But if there's any sort of maybe POV driving, sort of point of view driving, so sort of looking at maybe from this angle, just me shutting up and just so you can see what it's like to drive, me maybe putting my foot down so you can see the performance, maybe 5 things I like about the car, 5 things I don't like as well. I'm looking to do that fairly shortly. And yeah, any other Audis or any other cars that you'd really like to see me drive, I can maybe organise me getting my hands on them so we can have a look at it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the video there now. Thanks for watching. I mean, the support's been great. I mean, I'm on sort of 180 subscribers at the time of recording this video. I mean, I didn't even think I'd get to 100. I mean, the video on my white A3 is actually en route to 12,000 views, and I'm seeing the letter K more often next to the numbers on all my videos, which I'm over the moon about. So yeah, appreciate your support. Keep it up, and I'll keep my content up as well. So yeah, don't forget to check out my other video on this car, looking at the exterior and interior, giving you a look on it, and also other Audis that I've viewed as well. So again, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, check out my other videos, and enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Take care.